Today, I want to talk about the importance of having people in your life that not only have your best interest at heart, but they can also keep you accountable, call you out, and be honest with you, especially at times when it counts the most, or at times when you need to hear the truth the most. And it's something that I think I didn't realize until I met somebody who would really call me out to the point where it would make me cry. And it partly it was because at that time I was not used to people calling me out. And I didn't really have anybody to call me out or keep me accountable to that extent. And and if somebody did try to do that, I actually didn't feel like they cared or that they had or that I would see them as somebody that I would actually listen to or take their feedback or opinion to heart. And I think people like that are harder and harder to be found because, and I have been thinking a lot about this because I have probably had most of my growth from having people in my life that can tell me the truth, that can call me out, and that can tell me how things really are versus instead of telling things that I want to hear. They tell me things that I need to hear. And I have had so many lessons actually from that I'm taking with me. Even today in the gym when I was doing the exercise, I took one of the lessons with me that somebody had said to me or called me out on, and I applied it. And I think the reason why it's harder and harder to find people like that is in some ways we are becoming more and more sensitive to feedback or to criticism or to somebody addressing something. And also, the person who is keeping you accountable or calling you out, they gain nothing from it. They literally are putting themselves at a risk of losing relationship with you because they don't know how you're going to react. They don't know. They know that most likely they will not make you feel good. But it's something that I have seen a lot, even with them. And the more I experienced that, the more I saw the power of that. And the more I started to apply it also in some of the work that I'm doing with coaching, where I literally had one lady that I had an introductory call with. And at the end of that call, she messaged me saying that she doesn't think that she wants to work with me. And the reason she said is that she felt like I need to be her cheerleader instead of somebody who will call her out or not make her feel good, things like that, which I completely understand. And I don't blame her for that because there's different things that we expect from others. But from what I have learned is that for the most part, for us to grow, we need to look at parts of ourselves or we need to address things within us that we don't like, we don't want to see. In many ways, we avoid them or we try to hide them. And it's really valuable to have somebody that can help you to address those and they actually care for you to get better, to improve and to move forward. And I think it's that assumption that it should feel good. But for the most part, I think especially at the beginning until you get more familiar with that feeling where now if somebody calls me out, instead of getting emotional or getting triggered, I'm able to stop and listen to them and analyze whether what they're saying is true. And if it is, I'm probably going to ask them some follow-up questions or ask if they have any suggestions or ideas or something that I actually could do or I could implement. But it wasn't always the case. There was a time when somebody would call me out and I would be crying. And I would get really emotional and I would feel that they're an asshole and they don't care, they don't understand me. I would pretty much like go in the victim mode. And what I do wish for anybody watching this is for you to at least once in your life experience how it is when you have somebody who actually cares for you to get better and they have no they have no personal gain that they can get from it. They just want to help you, they want to support you, they want to support your growth, and they're willing to tell you things that you need to hear that you might not be able to see yet. And they're willing to do that with knowing that most likely it will not make you feel good, but they know how much that information or that conversation can help you. I do wish you meet somebody like that or you experience that, because for me it has been really powerful, and I see how not only it's helping me, but I see how me experiencing that is helping me to help more people that I'm working with, whether it's directly or indirectly. So yeah, that's the lesson of the day.